Today we are going to worship Shri Ganesha. It all said about him that he is the first deity that was created on this earth by Adi Shakti. As about his creation, you know the story. And also you know how an elephant's head was attached to it. Today, I am going to tell something more subtler about him, Kundalini, and the Mother Earth. He was made out of the Mother Earth. With the vibrations of his mother. Now, the significance of Mother Earth we have never understood. Now look at the Mother Earth. She is the one who produces all kinds of beautiful flowers of different fragrance, of different nature, color, heights. The trees are different. Trees, when they grow up, they grow in such a manner that every leaf of that tree gets the sun. Look at the collective sense which is given to us by this Mother Earth. We have never realized that this Mother Earth, which is giving us everything that we want, and the sun helps the Mother Earth, cooperates, coordinates with it. To go further with it, you have seen a picture where a Kundalini is coming out of the Mother Earth and half of it is seen. So, what does this Kundalini do for us? Or what does this Mother Earth does for us? The Kundalini leaves the Mother Earth as a reflection. And what does she do within us to build us up in which way? So it is the primordial power which is coming out of the Mother Earth. Mother Earth itself acts like a mother. She looks after you. She gives you whatever you want. And another miracle thing is that the highest tree is a coconut tree. And the coconut will never fall on any creature or any human being. That means it's all thinking, all understanding, all consciousness, all awareness is coming from the Mother Earth. But we never understand it. As it is, we take for granted. Now what does she do for us human beings? She is the primordial power. What she does is to build in us a primordial, we can call restrictions, or primordial taboos, or primordial dharmas. For example, you see the steel is here. It has its own dharma. It cannot behave like wood. Wood has its own dharma. It cannot behave like silver. They all have their dharma and they are bound in that. Everything that is in the nature has its own dharma. If you see the tiger, if you see the lion, if you see a mongoose or you see a snake, they all have their dharma, their style, their everything. It's very surprising how they are bound by it. Once in Pratishthan, I went from the other side to my bedroom. And I saw a very big snake came out of a hole. Of course, I was quite away from it, but it felt my vibration. Started running away. It fell in the swimming pool. It wouldn't come up. So somebody went down and killed him and brought his body up there. I was surprised. It was such a big one, about 6 feet, but it intertwined itself in a very beautiful pattern. Surprisingly, when it was dead. All right. Then what they did is they said that, Mother, if you leave it, it will fall in the water again, it will come to life. So what should we do? I said, let it be. Then what do you do? He said, we burn it. So they burnt the snake. But the female of that snake came out after 10 days. They said, there must be a female. And she was searching for him when suddenly somebody saw her. They killed her also. They killed her, and she also made the same kind of a pattern. I was amazed. Very beautiful pattern of the body going around like this, like this, like this, like this. Exactly the same she also made. So I was surprised. How is it that this lady knows how to copy her husband? She did it. And when we burnt her, she was finished, of course, both of them were killed. But what I felt is that animals, creepers, those who creep on other people also, every type of animal, the whole of biology I studied, I was amazed that every type of animal has the same sample of behavior. For example, you can put the dog in the water, he'll swim, but the cat may not. See, it's a thing that is built in the dharma, what I call it, the primordial taboos. We have in the same way primordial taboos built within us, which are dharma. A human being has to be like that. If he tries to be something else, something goes wrong with his life. It's like, say, if you have glass, you drop it on the ground, it will break. That is the dharma. In the same way, when human beings start deviating from the line of dharma, they get into trouble. But it's only human beings who can do that. They can only cross over these taboos, these primordial taboos, and can become horrible. You see, person, sometimes I wonder what's wrong with him. He has a nice home, very good wife, everything. Then he has a kid. What is the need? For man, it is primordial that he should have only one wife and one husband. It's a taboo. As soon as you deviate from that, something goes wrong. Now, who punishes or who corrects or who destroys is this primordial power, which we call as Param Chaitanya. If you can understand that it's a structure, say this is the structure of this hanger. Now you want to break it, you can break it. because you are human beings. But it will be broken. As simple as that. We have to understand we are human beings. And we cannot do things which go against our dharma. Now why the dharma? Dharma has to be there for our ascent. Now man, in his intelligence and his progressiveness, thinks that anything he does, what's wrong? Especially in the West, this is very common. But I must say for the Aboriginal people, or people who are, I don't know I should call Indians Aboriginal or not, but those people who were made aware of their primordial taboo somehow. As the animals know what is bad for them. And that knowledge was there with Aboriginals. Today we are here with Australians. And in Australia, Aboriginals are so many. I was surprised most of their words were Sanskrit. So they might have got it from India, or maybe they have gone there from India. So many words they have got which are Sanskrit. So I started thinking about them. Normally Aboriginals, say in India we have Aboriginals. We call them Goon, Kurku, Bheel. We had a lady who was a maid with us. Ganesh was her name. She's an excellent cook, but she had her maryadas. All the time, like if my father came, she would immediately cover her head and go in the other room to respect him. Nobody told her to do that. Their marriage system was also very surprisingly good. And their relationships with children also was very good. Somehow or other, in my childhood, I met many of them. But I also had a habit of going to the jungles where I used to meet them. And I was surprised. They would not drink. This I am telling you about 60 years back, maybe more. They would not drink. Very lajjashil means shame of everything. Matter of sort of prestige for them was important. They would never steal anything. And I was really very impressed how these people were so dharmic, so good and happy. They lived in huts, they didn't mind, but they were very clean and neat people. It is now changed. The same people are changed so much. They were like sacred people, I think. Holy people. They worshipped Mother. They worshipped Mother Earth. Nothing else. And I asked this lady, why do you worship Mother Earth? She said she gives us everything. She is a just mother. We live in the jungles. She looks after us. And she is the most conscious person. He knows that we are there and she has to look after us. Even to take out some leaves from the trees, they used to think about. But then the missionaries came, they converted them, they gave them skirts and blouses, I don't know what all they did. But Ganesh did not. She said, what is this? Why should I wear a dress like this where the whole body is exposed? No, I'll wear a sari. I can never do. Why should I wear this kind of a useless dress? But when they met with this so-called advanced people, so many of them started living like that. They said, you have no freedom. You are just bound by something, by some. But actually, they were bound by the sacredness, by the divine understanding. And then they started change. She was all right, her husband was all right, but her son started drinking. This is the beginning of the end. Then gambling. And all other sorts of things he started. And her grandson started going to prostitutes. And the idea was only that we are free. What's wrong? Now these primordial taboos are in you, built in. They are there. These are existing maybe in a potential state. Maybe you have curbed them down. Maybe you have turned them out. But they are there. All the time they are there. And that's what we say, that you are leaving the maryadas. Or else we say that you are insulting Shri Ganesha. So when Mother created this universe, first deity was Shri Ganesha. Auspiciousness was created. Now we don't understand what is auspiciousness. Auspiciousness is a complete understanding of primordial restrictions and also of the protocol. For example, in India, we all used to do that. Though I was in a Christian family, that before touching the Mother Earth, getting up from the bed, we used to say, "Oh Mother Earth, please forgive us, because we are touching you with our feet." So respect for the Mother Earth and for nature is built in within us. It's part and parcel. We are part and parcel of this whole, we can call it a whole universe. But when you get into this nonsensical idea of freedom, then you are leaving your Mother Earth. Your gravity itself reduces. This Mother Earth has to teach us. While we are plundering, now there's everything, ecology, people are trying. Whatever is outside is also inside. If you want to exploit your mother inside, or if you want to trouble your mother inside, you can also trouble this Mother Earth. Now what has replaced our understanding is very simple, is that we are paying more attention to money. If you can cut a tree, say, to get money, then it is hurting the mother. But if you are cutting a tree for beautifying her, then she is happy. Her discretion is so great. See the way she produces flowers. Different types of flowers. In different countries, different types of flowers. Like me, I saw in my country that flowers are extremely fragrant, very fragrant. And she understands. so much. Once I went to Australia, and this flower we call hibiscus, it's a red flower which becomes pink and then red. Imagine it becomes first pink and then gradually it becomes red. Even the sunflower goes on turning its face with the sun. Now how can you say there is no connection between a sunflower and the sun? Automatically it goes on changing. So these hibiscus flowers are the flowers which we use to worship Shri Ganesha. And the program was to worship Shri Ganesha. On the way I saw so many trees of hibiscus just flowering. I said, at this time so many flowers I see. I said, I think you better get these flowers for the puja. And when I arrived in the hall, all the Sahajogis had bought hibiscus on their own. I never talked to them, just on their own. They didn't know that it is to be used for Shri Ganesha. The Mother Earth herself created at that time. This is the time of Shri Ganesha when you should get hibiscus. It's very remarkable how the nature is so much within us, and how this whatever is within us guides outside and receives the blessings. We are not something separate. This Mother Earth is our home. We have a home in her and she has a home within us. I said today that for Shri Ganesha, he had the body of the clay, just ordinary. So you can imagine, you can really think of it, how this whole universe has created us. All of it is within us. And when we try to hurt something, then we are hurting ourselves. The intelligence of Mother Earth I have seen from my childhood. It's such a beautiful thing to know the nature and the Mother Earth.